Hey, Ross Jason Beaumoulin, the 4th to 6th, 2017, today's paper. Anyhow, we're going to talk to my dad, because he doesn't read nothing and read a report. You can go back to 2 videos ago. Well, Dad, you said, what a bunch of crock of shit. Blame, 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 blame. I'm only speaking the truth. You say 1%, everybody does something. You're not a 1%. You don't own the countries. You are a worker, and just like everybody else, you have something because you applied for it, and they allowed you to have a job. You had to work for American companies because you couldn't find a job in Canada that you'd pay you that well. Assaulted? Yep. Neglect. I was neglected of child support, supposedly according to Mom for a while from you. Proper meats and proteins as a kid. Neglected of eyeglasses. I needed them in grade 3, 4, and never got them until grade 8. They wanted to do all this stupid shit, and then didn't do anything for years. So I fell behind in school. What else? Oh yeah. Sat and watched Shane play hockey day after day after day, and he got $300 hockey equipment pads, shin pads. Each piece cost about $300. They had to be Don Z's, the most expensive stuff. Hockey schools every summer. Not even a hot chocolate or a coffee or a hot dog because I was hungry or thirsty. Oh yeah, there's a water fountain over there, but she could buy her smokes and smoke her cigarettes back then and buy high-end clothing so she could do that, and Shane would get a hamburger or a hot dog afterwards because he's the hockey player. Or that pop that was hidden to him, and I had to stay away so he could drink it and eat his stuff. Yep, and hormones so he could have a 6-pack, like that picture in Regina in front of the totem pole, of being ripped muscles, didn't have great legs or arms because that's what it did to him. The skating doesn't give you big legs because it's not pounding like running as well or weightlifting at that age either. And that same summer, he kicked me in the face. Well, you put me on the, I don't know how, the floor, woke up and he kicked me in the face because you told me. Yep, you didn't discipline him for breaking my nose, causing a deviated septum. And no, was that urine in the air that plugged up my nose, or was it really a sinus congestion? Who knows, because they spray this stuff in the air and my nose congests in a second. It's called free breeze or aerosol. You say I have a mental disorder. How do you know I have a mental disorder? What degree do you have in life to judge me that way? You look like a distressed swimmer while you swim. You're unable to swim in deep water. I'm trained lifeguard, ain't I? To a certain extent. Anyhow, you think about that for a second. And how trained is a police officer really? Do they have 6 years of nursing, 2 extra years in psychiatric care looking after patients? And do they have 10 years becoming a professional psychiatrist? They have no professional opinion on anybody's health and welfare. Not even a paramedic does, firefighter, or anybody else, to judge somebody's mental state at all. That's only their opinion. Proving it in court, a fair justice, just like the mental health disorder says, for mental health, human rights, just like cancer treatment. You have the right to a second opinion outside that house or dominion or area where nobody is associated with somebody else. That's right, association. From a biased opinion of a group of people working together by the same hospital system or province or country. Yep, I refuse to work for wages. Nope, I worked. They didn't want to pay me my wages. Every time, labor board being ripped off. Oh yeah, who introduced us to drugs? Well, I'm your dad, and I'm the best person you'll ever find. The best drugs ever from this way. You know it's the best stuff. Here's what weed is, and here's what this is. Not even 19 years old. Oh well, that was a good experience. Wasn't able to practice in track and field at all in any way either. Yeah, track season come, I had to go work it out at Happy Hour Campground in Penticton because Dave had to make me go work because they found me some job miles and miles away, so I couldn't train, but Shane could train in hockey. Crazy shit. Never pick out my own clothes. Always some goofy color for a ski jacket or whatnot, or something I didn't want. Blue jeans, never tried on, always skin tight, had no choice but to wear them. All clothing, other than my running t-shirts. Yeah, I'm unfit and lazy. I got A's all throughout school in physical education. Played sports since I was in grade 5 in school. Got the best male athlete at Cedar Hill for 3 years, and I got A's. I'm lazy. You failed, of course, if you're lazy, because that's how it works. You can't pass it. That's why it should be mandatory in schools. Better health rate, too, because you're physically fit and can breathe better and do stuff better. Yep. Blame. You're trying to use reverse psychology, a psychiatric reverse sales technique that you learn in your 3-month course that you're educated in only. That's right. More psychological abuse. Just like you argue with your wife, it's all one-sided. To live there for a year every Friday, listen to you guys argue and go through the same thing. Her run off crying, you're the most impossible person to talk to as well. Yep. Oh yeah, 1994, you found out I had some money through Shane. Shane hands me the phone. You want me to buy you a bag of weed. £1. Yep. Shane takes me to his buddy. It's $3,900. He said, doesn't matter how much it costs. Boom. We transferred out to Saskatoon. You don't want it after all when we get there. Putting me out all that money so I can't buy a new vehicle, get back to work. Causing me financial difficulties. Yep. Living in solitude for over 16 years now. Nobody my age as well. Just like elder abuse and family abuse. Yep. All my life. Not enough money to go play a sport. Keeping me in solitude, I have to sit in a room. Yep, we didn't get toys after the age of 12. Only one picture of toys, of G.I. Joe toys as well. Yep, we had to work pre-12 years old doing newspapers. $110 a month, approximately divided by 2, Shane and I, plus tips, over 3 years. Hot and cold weather of Red Deer, Alberta, Grimson Street area, Glendale. In the end, we didn't get to buy any toys because that's the reason why. You want toys, you go work, make your own money, buy what you want for toys. We couldn't buy a TV to play our Atari. We couldn't buy new Atari games, new G.I. Joe toys, or whatnot. Yep. Didn't go in swimming because it was a waste of time too, because that's what they told me. So I took YMCA swim tests all the time, and whatever was free at school as well for the swimming classes at St. Pat's. Because the pool was there at DH. Yeah. Great, eh? Then they take our money and tell us they're going to pay us back in interest. In 7 years, it'll be double when you graduate. Yep. Great. Glasses, money, food, child slavery, all laws. 2,000 years of laws and regulations to make society better and human rights. And you and Mom and everybody else and Ken and family all want to screw everybody in the ass and violate them all, and try to destroy it all and say everything we learned in life is false. Yep, just like residential school treatment. Yeah, and you're the only one that talked about gay and transgenders all your life. You told us at 13 this about gayness, that somebody in your life was gay with her and her friend, and whatnot, and then later on in life, you bring up the word transgender because you're trying to change people's names. Then you wanted to manipulate a bank account that wasn't even mine in Saskatoon as well, because it wasn't my bank account. And, oh yeah, pay for a car that I don't even get any money back for after it's sold either. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, grounds of divorce, psychological assault, and adultery. Well, that's what I'm going through with my family. They all say rude and ignorant things to me all the time. Oh yeah, you asked me to send you an ounce of weed. It cost me $200. Sent it Loomis with the red tape that I had from installation. Put it in a video game cartridge I had, plastic, and sent it through Loomis to you. Nope, didn't get that $200 back pre-1994 too. Mike Vidoes dropped me off there and waited for me while I sent it off. Oh well. Financial difficulties. Stealing money and not paying it back and saying you're going to pay it back all the time. Real good family. Hey, blame. It's all the truth. I haven't blamed anybody. I'm just stating the facts. Yep, I can apply for anything in life. If they don't want to accept me, then I can't do the job. You can't rape somebody for a job for money. I'm stuck doing what I want to do right now because I can't do anything more. Had to dig in a dumpster because I needed better food, better clothing to look for a job or maybe move away to a better place because this is the worst place in Canada, according to the media, to find a job. Yeah, I blame everybody else but myself. Who do I blame if the government can't find my wages on a job, Dad? Mr. Bame? Who? Yeah, my mental stability, hey? Right, lazy at work. I had never been lazy at work at all. I got pre-fired from Ken's Bush Union Run and his friends. Didn't even get a warning that I was being late or for work or whatnot because it didn't happen. Oh, I was wandering. I had to go to the bathroom. Sometimes it's a half a mile to the outhouse or chemical toilet to go and come back. It's not standing beside you in a bucket. There's no dignity in that. That's not the way the job site works. Yep, contaminating food, spraying things in the foods, and you never know what somebody does to your lunch either. Yeah, drugs. What drugs? Didn't even make enough money to do those. Insinuate some more. Steroids, hey? Never done steroids in my life. When a cycle costs you $1,000 and you have to eat like a motherfucker too. Leading cause of mental illness is lack of nutrition. Yeah, I starved to death my entire life, scrapped work in construction for 10 years, should have paid off a house, and worked just as hard as Blair ever did in his life. I should have had holidays and all that kind of stuff, and a house paid off, and a car, girlfriends, and whatnot too. But it never happened. That's right. You want to talk about it? They drank and partied more than I. I worked just as hard as them. They didn't work on construction sites ever in their lives like I did either. Yeah, lazy, hey? You sit on your ass and drove around Saskatchewan, Alberta, talking to people. That's lazy. Oh yeah, you had a vasectomy. That's why you're overweight and unhealthy and cough up yellow stuff too and white stuff. Because you have no male hormone. Yeah, that's why you got man boobs too. Without testosterone in your body, naturally, you die quicker. Just like a 90-year-old. After the age of 20, it starts going down. If you haven't hit puberty, you don't have a deep voice. If you feel intimidation as a man, you don't have enough testosterone in your body. That's the way she works. Or muscle tone, or muscle strength. Asthma spray is a type of testosterone, like cortisone too, just like a cream for a rash. You don't seem to have any education or want to read anything I ever say, ever. If you want to talk to me, you recite everything I said to you and whatever I wrote to you, and tell me in your words like a thesis, so I know you've actually acknowledged the things I said in life. If not, it's just a biased, ignorant opinion. You shut everything out. You just skim through what you want to read, and that's all you've read. That's how a thesis is done, and how they know you know your education. It's called a thesis. You have to give a verbal and written statement, so you know somebody else didn't do it, and you actually read it in life. That is how they do it for an educated person. You have to dictate the laws, just like I told you. Torture, psychological assaulting somebody, common nuisance, always thinking of harming somebody, criminal harassment, stalking somebody, harming somebody, just like sexual harassment, bullying at the workplace, ganging up on your other family members, and causing them harm in life. Yep, all saying the same thing and having people do stuff. Trap-like device or area, asking them to come for a holiday and screwing them over or telling them there's a job there and screwing them over a long period of time. Why People Go Postal by Billy the Kid. That's right, a premeditated psychological assault over a long period of time. Mind and body, psychological assault, assault. There's many different terms in assault. Accessory before and after the fact, knowing of it, what was going on, and after, knowing it was going on and can turn them on in at the same time. Prevention of a death, prevention of assault, and so forth. Terrorism. Anybody outside the country who's not a Canadian citizen, at home or abroad, financially, physically, or mentally. Meaning, knocking down a building, causing them great amounts of pain in life, physically, medically, financially, in court systems and everything, because you're a premeditated act of torture in a psychological game of acting, of bullshit. That's right, it's hard to tell whether an actor is telling the truth or not, so you have to use hypnosis, a psychiatric event. That's right, obesity, gynecomastia, is a psychological harm on a male's body because it's not natural. Gayness, transgenders aren't natural in the world when your hormones are being taken away from you, and that is a cause and effect of it. Information I told you. Mental health issues, you do. You psychologically think you're tougher all the time and try to gesture you and try to fight with people all the time. You've been doing it with me since I was a little kid, and you'd play with us. Pick us up, put us on our back, go, I gotcha, because we were your kids. Nope, you never hit us, you just used psychological assault. And, financial. You took the money from us. Yep. In a divorce, you split the house 50-50 with your wife if she's paid 50% in, or whatever share she put in. Just like if you take money from your kid, it goes to pay for that. You have to pay them back as well in any divorce. They're not your slaves for free money. There you go. Grounds of divorce. When you're divorced, you have to pay your kids the money they put in as well. They don't get free money, the parents, from the kids. That's why you never ask for money from your kids. Because it says they can't find a job, you're responsible for them as well, looking after them too. That's what the laws of Canada say. And any Queen Magistrates, like New Zealand as well. Anyhow, nothing was obscene either. Human nature. Sex TV was on TV at 11:30 every night, Pink TV as well. On national TV from coast to coast. Send those links to Tara too, and it's on the last thing you made a comment as well. Anyhow, nothing's obscene. When you think and are frightened out of your tree that somebody's going to assault you again because they overpowered you and assaulted you, and human rights, laws and ethics of violations to your body, your health, and you being detained in a 15 by 15 foot room basically, 15 by 26 to be precise, 15 by 15 living area that you can actually use, move around in, and not be able to do anything in a zombie state. Yeah, you believe in capital punishment and killing your kids by psychiatric drugs or some type of drug that will kill them, just like fentanyl. Yeah, I can't eat any of your food because you probably put fentanyl in from one of your drug buddies, you said, that lived in Vancouver. You probably get it on the black market and get somebody to do it. Gang warfare, hey? Did Blair have a second opinion outside the country? Did you send him back to Canada over his cancer? No, because he didn't phone me, so he didn't get a second opinion. So maybe he didn't have cancer because he's a redhead or a Strachan and there's too many of them on the island where you were as well. You should have sent him home to Canada so he could have a second opinion. I miss him just as much as Tara. All these events just happened to happen at the same time as his death from cancer. Sad enough. And you wrote that stupid thing that he's passed away. Oh well, she shouldn't get so upset because it's your stupid writing. Like I said, didn't cash those checks. It's about $350. Give it to my little sis so she can go get drunk, buy some clothes, maybe put it towards some new furniture or a plane ticket on a holiday somewhere. Because she was talking about going to Vegas for a holiday. It's a little out of the way down there. And, oh yeah, all the cheap flights seem to be over to Asia. If I want to go to Norway and Russia, it's like $5,000 or something like that. Isn't it pathetic? Or Iceland? Huh. You'd like to be called dummy and retard all your life, eh, too? Like you said, you were assaulted by your parents and neglected. That's why you didn't talk to your mom and dad. I mean, your dad. Your whole life until his deathbed. That's why you came up, with, what is it? This thing here Shane gave me. He did give me Grandpa Bush's. And, oh yeah, this as well. You know where this is from. You got the guy's truck that I messed up. Works for Brinks Canada. Or did. Carol's husband. Anyhow, you take care, Dad. Family violence, human rights, laws, and ethics have gone too far. My health has deteriorated from an assault from the RCMP and the Canadian government with an unfair trial. Nothing I say is bullshit. This is my audio video statement.